I might have been down, not out. It's on sight, you gon' figure that out. And I might have been down, not out. Only one thing I gotta know now is
so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave.
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Maxspeed TV.
Steven, I'm doing great. Excited for some playoffs tonight. Yeah, as we talked about on our Thursday night broadcast, those updated cars, obviously we talked about the tires and how there's a new package on those, and obviously the graphics package that goes along with them too. So when we do see a caution tonight with a good wreck, you're going to see some hoods, some bumpers coming off, and I can't wait. Yeah, we're really going to see the test of those new tires. I know Camille was telling me today. She's like, "Man, you love those tires." So tires are a big thing here, especially when you have that track temp up so high. Um, we're gonna see some good racing today, and hopefully they can keep all four of those tires on the racetrack. Yeah, it is. And real quick, Steve, I just want to give a shout out to everyone watching at home. Uh, First playoff race for me, so I'm pumped. And I'm excited to be part of calling the action here tonight with you. Yeah, I'm also looking at the number 3 of Paul. He's running the Oreo 3 car, and man, favorite snack, Oreos. Was he showing up orange for you? Yeah, he's pure orange for me too. We got Richard Clark in the chat. Little roof. That looks super good. Absolutely. That's fast. Yeah, absolutely. And if we can get back to Anthony English, man, he's been on a tear recently. Yeah, I have my time screening up now, and unfortunately, good thing I have my qualifying times posted on the screen, but my timing screen over here, it's not updating with the qualifying time, so good thing I have that pulled up.
Feels pretty good. Pretty comfortable out here. Probably head to the back pretty quick though. Just hang out and let these guys with the P by their name fight it out. I didn't feel anything. It didn't feel loose or anything, and I ran a few laps out here. It didn't feel like it was changing on the tires that much anyway that I could feel. So hopefully it'll stay comfortable and we can get some green flag stops in. Looks like about 19 laps.
Yeah, Rick, I'm going to keep it short and sweet with you here. Congratulations on P1. You have been my fan favorite. Anything to say tonight before you get going here? What are you going to be looking at out there, especially with those playoff guys?
Well, I got quite a few friends, buddies that are in the playoff pictures. So I told them that my job was to help them whatever they want to do, if they want to get a point leading the lap or whatever. And I was trying to get them there.
Awesome. Well, like I said before, great job getting P1, and I can't wait to see you out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Thanks. Catch you later.
Yeah, you have the 4 Rick Seabreeze, did you say, Ham? Seabrands? Man, that was amazing. Yeah, I'm looking at the 84 at McNeese right now. He's running in 18th, kind of staying back a little bit. I think, you know, with him being in the playoff spot, I mean, you have 2 races to get to that top 4. I think his strategy tonight is just kind of to stay back, stay out of the wrecks, and make sure he finishes the race. 27th, you have him? Yeah. No, you're good. I was looking at Kill Day. He's over here. He's running in 8th. He's also another one of the drivers that you mentioned in the playoff spot, so I'm going to keep a good eye on him. He's up in 4th now? Yeah, my time screen might be a little bit off. I'm on the standings right now. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, that's exciting racing right there. Bumper to bumper. You want to have a good pusher behind you, and you want to have everyone that's in that single file line behind you as close as possible without touching. Can't hear you. It says can only hear one of you. That sounds weird hearing one side of a conversation.
Now you should hear me out there. I hope.
Derek said, "Hey."
There we go. Yeah, for some reason my OBS kicked my headset off, so. And then my nephew Dylan out there chiming in. And, well, guys, I do apologize about that. I don't know how long it has been offline, but I could have swore it was working. So, anyways, guys, we are winding up here. 11 laps up, 80. And, man, we've been 3 wide, Mike, for probably 10 laps.
Yeah, some really good racing out there. I just want to give a little update. I turn on the screen now. They're moving around, they're jumping, so I'm going to have live updates for you guys and I'll make sure I have the right positions.
Yeah, see, now I see your what we call the Christmas tree on 18.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but no, back to the 3 wide racing. Everyone, you know, they're staying in their line. They're not jumping too much. Obviously, we haven't seen a caution yet, so that's good. We're 11 laps in.
Don't say that C word.
Gosh.
That's like being working at the fire department and saying, hey, it's quiet tonight. Oh, that just runs everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Hey, Belva Felt's out there. Well, you know, he might have been. I mean, as we start seeing some guys coming down the road, we're dropping to the apron. I'm trying to see who that was. It's not Mark.
We have some action going up on top here.
Oh, that's Andrew Schroeder up into the wall. Looks like he might have some damage. He's still having a hard time keeping that car straight, but no caution. We're still green. He did get that thing under control, but we've got a new leader now. Jimmy Reynolds moving up to that top spot. Adam Kilday second, Jared Duda third, Dave Hunt moving up to fourth, James Mayer back to fifth. And I need to, let's see where that one is. Gain position. It's in there. No, I don't want class position. I want gain.
Yeah, and as you can see, they're doing that. As I've noticed, we went from 3 wide back to 2 wide. We don't have that third lane open up top.
No, with 14 laps, guys are starting to jockey, trying to get to a good spot to start making some pit stops. We may see some early pit stops, but then again, we may see them, you know, try to take it as long as they can. Looking back up, yeah, you know, we can tell what their pit strategy is. That's going to be on the drivers. So we just kind of have to guess, but you know, the pit window is going to be somewhere between the 17 and the 19 lap mark. Looking at our pit, we've been out here for 15 laps now, so at this rate, we may be done in an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we say time and time again, you know, we don't want to see cautions. Obviously, cautions do happen. But right now, we have some great racing going on.
Yes, it is. And then right now, they're just side by side. Andrew Schroeder, though, well off the pace. He is about 2 seconds behind our race sponsor, Mike Edgerton, tonight. And Mike is about 1.5 seconds behind Doug Johnson and the lead group pack up here. But Jared Duda, another new leader, up to the front. Got the 53 of Dave Hunt right behind him. Now we're looking at 3 laps. David Overstreet and the 99 of Alex Giffen looking out at that outside line as they come around. Ooh, almost went door to door with the 343 of Russ Hancock.
They got a little loose there. If you're going to be on that top line, you got to make sure you stay on that top line because that safety barrier comes in pretty quick.
Yes, it is. Yep, that is a Lightning McQueen car. That is the 95 of James Mayer will get on a chase view here. And he is running that Rusty's 95 Lightning McQueen. That is actually a pretty good looking paint scheme. I kind of like that.
Right now, yeah, I like that.
Classic cars, paint scheme. But right now, though, we're back 3 wide up here towards the front. That's Jimmy Reynolds on the low line. I believe that is the 153 of Jared Newton in the middle. The 46 of David Overstreet on the outside. The 99 of Alex Giffen. They're trying to make that outside work, but they just don't have enough help out there. It looks like they're gaining on them on the straightaways, but they're losing momentum in the corner.
Yeah, I was looking at our pace progress here, and it looks like you were just talking about David the 46. Looks like he's been up 17 spots, right with Jared in the 153.
I got David Overstreet up 16. Now he's falling back a little bit. Well, his help got down. And, of course, we are getting close to that pit window. So, again, they do have the rule here that you must pit. You cannot pit unless you're already, if you're established on that low line. You have to be established before you can pit. And as we get close to it, looks like everybody is going to stay out. Back here, Doug Johnson, Andy Brigante in the 13. Is he running a Boss Baby car?
Wait, let's see. Yes. I see the nice blue paint scheme there.
It just says Boss. I thought it was a Boss
Just
Baby, yeah. I thought, is he running a Boss Baby car?
I have to say, I do love the look of these cars, and especially the paint schemes. I think
We're seeing a lot of guys getting that single file. Here we go. I thought we were going to see some come down, but they're going to stretch it another lap here.
yeah, it looks like they're going to be hopefully in that. I want to say the next lap. We're gonna have to see some people come in.
I definitely will. I bet you this next time around, we're going to see, because you can see other cars getting established, trying to get down on that bottom line. Now, what concerns me is where Dave Hunt is. If they're stuck, but Dave does drop it down there, right behind Bubba Winningham. That's going to leave 2 cars outside. That's the 46 of David Overstreet and the 99 of Alex Giffen. But here we go. You see that is James Mayer leading that group down. Les Levy, Paul Servant, Mark Mann, Anthony English, Dana Osborne, Russ Hancock, Sean Wilder, Rick Sanchez, Andy Brigante, and Rick Seabrands all coming down pit road. So that is going to, well, it's going to spread the field out, Mike. So we're going to start seeing a lot more single file racing here for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we kind of know, the 21 lap mark is where they're going to be sitting at for that 50% fuel range.
Let's see. Looking out here at chat. And Brendan asking, is that a Darrell Waltrip throwback scheme as well? It looks amazing. I don't know which ones you're talking about, but that's the other group. Jimmy Reynolds, Adam Kilday, Dave Hunt, David Overstreet, Zane Bailey, Jim Duda, Bubba Winningham, Luke Gray, Sean Stevens, Dusty Burkhart, Dan Harrington, Cole Spalding, Lynn McNeese, Rob Connors, and Doug Johnson all coming down pit road, and Rick Sanchez as well. David Overstreet is going to lead them off of pit road, but he's going to back it out and let Rick Sanchez. Is Rick a lap down?
Rick? No, it
he's
looks-
on the lead lap.
Yeah, I wonder why David did that. Real quick, talking about David, I love his picture that he has.
Mr. David Overstreet, we'll take a look here, see if it pulls it up.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see the picture from Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah. With, well, on Discord, he's running, that looks like Tom Cruise off of Days of Thunder. Something's going on with David. He is down on the apron, coming back down, maybe back down to pit road.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Let's go cockpit. I need to see his. I need to get my field of view up here. He had no engine.
Really?
Yeah. Look on your fast repair. See if you had to use this fast repair.
Yes, sir. I'm showing right now. It looks like everyone still has 0 of 2. No, I might be mistaken here. Yeah, for right now, it looks like everyone. Yeah, everyone looks like they're pretty good for right now, but as we update this, I'll make sure I keep you in the loop.
Yeah, it looks like you're catching it. Everything is on your timing screen is looking good on this end, so yeah, if he used his fast repair, it would show 1 of 2. If he hasn't used them, it'll be 0 of 2. Right now, though, Mike, we've got a battle for the lead between, that is the 62 of Les Levy and the 04 of Mark Mann, battling out here at the front. Rick Sanchez, David Overstreet, and Jared Duda are all lapped down.
Yeah, it looks like 4. Yeah, it's going to be 4 of our playoff guys are going to be in the top 5 right now, so that's always good to see.
Oh, no, we've also lost Jim Duda. Well, I say that. Or is that? Oh, Jared Duda. We've lost Jared.
It scared me for a second there.
Yeah, I was like, I just seen Duda in the 153. So it looks like Jared and Michael are 2 vehicles that are out of the race now. I don't know if he had a connection issue or what happened as we're coming up on that 99 of Alex Giffen. That's going to put Alex a lap down. Here coming into turns 3 and 4. Alex, he will go a lap down. He'll probably drop it down and stay in the draft. Kind of looking back, Cole Spalding. Now, we got this group up here on the lead lap. This big group, about 5 seconds back. We've got a group of 3, almost 4 cars. That's Cole Spalding, Jim Duda, and Dan Harrington. And then Sean Stevens is trying to get into the draft and catch up with those 4 cars. And then about another 4 seconds back, we've got this group. That is Sean Wilder in the 91, the 29 of Luke Gray, Dusty Burkhart, and Doug Johnson. And then we got another group of 3 cars with Bubba Winningham, Rob Connor, and and the 46 of David Overstreet. Rob Connor, or Russ Hancock, is kind of back here by himself, about 14 seconds behind Rob. And then Mike Edgerton and Andrew Schroeder is back here.
That was just a great move by Dana there to drop from the top line down to the bottom to take P1.
Yeah, we were looking back here in the back. I'm glad you caught that, because now we're back up on the front though. Dana Osborne is your leader. Paul Servant second. Mark Mann back to third. Dave Hunt in fourth. Let's leave you rounding out your top five. Dana Osborne. That is, I believe that's Mark Mann right behind him. Les Levy and Anthony English on the low side. In the high side, there's the 3 of Paul Servant. 53 of Dave Hunt. The 13 of Andy Brigante as Paul Servant drops it down in front of Dana. And then the 20 of Zane Bailey. Now, Zane's really impressed me. He's kind of a new driver to the league. I believe this is his first season with them, and he has done quite well, actually.
Yeah, just to give me a little update, Stephen, is there any stages in this race?
There is no stages, so it is a straight 80-lap race. So we are looking at 8 laps so far on this stint. So we still got about another 9 or 10 laps to go before we start seeing some more green flag pit stops.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we see the 3 of Paul in that beautiful Oreo car. He's taking the lead now.
Yeah, I got my my favorite snack right now is the Chips Ahoy chewy Reese's peanut butter cup.
The Chewy's always better.
Yes.
I always prefer Chewy.
Love the chewy Chips Ahoy. But I gotta have my Reese's though. I can't just do the regular chewy chocolate chip. I've gotta have my Reese's. But look at here, we've got, yeah, that is Adam Kilday and Jimmy Reynolds going out to that top line. Gonna try to make that work, and if anybody can, those 2 guys can.
Yeah, absolutely. They might need a little bit of help, but you can see that second row, they only have 3 right now. And that bottom line is running a single file going all the way back 7-8 spots.
Yeah, all the way back to, looks like, I want to say it's the 49. Nope, it is the 4 of Rick Seabrands and Rick Sanchez. But Rick Sanchez is a lap down. Russ Hancock is actually the last car on the lead lap, so Rick Sanchez is the first car a lap down. So if that dreaded flag comes out, then he will be the lucky dog.
Yeah, I'm looking over here. So it looks like leading a lap is 1 point in this league. 1 point for leading most laps, winning a race is 3, and then pole position is 1 point. So right now, I wish we had a live update of the point system going through the race. But obviously after this race, we're going to see who's going to be within those top 8 with the most points.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to get, we've got 2 races for the round of 8 here. So, you know, if you don't have a good showing this race, you've got to have a good showing the next race to get enough points. It's almost a must win if you have a bad first race.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking back here right now at the 18th spot. Sean Wilder leading this group with Luke Gray, Doug Johnson, and Dusty Burkhardt. They are just kind of by themselves. Of course, we're spread out pretty good. There's another group of 4 in front of them. That is the 49 of Cole Spalding, the 53 of Jim Duda, and 82 of Dan Harrington, and 27 of Sean Stevens. Of course, Rick Seabrands is up here with that group. And there's a pretty good gap, so there is 7.5, almost 8-second gap between Seabrands and Spalding, and then between Sean Wilder and and Sean Stevens. You're looking at a little over a 5-second gap. And then Bubba Winningham leading this group of him, Rob Connors, Mike Edgerton, or that's not Mike Edgerton. That is the 99 of Alex Giffen and the 46 of David Overstreet. And they are about 8 seconds behind Dustin Burghardt.
Yeah, it looks like Rick Sanchez is going to be your first guy a lap down, and following him is going to be David Overstreet.
Yep, and looking back here, Russ Hancock, Mike Edgerton, and Andrew Schroeder, they are, 19 seconds behind Rob Connors and that group. So, but we got another new leader, Adam Kilday, taking back over the lead. I think he's already led a lap or two as we come down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Jimmy Reynolds on the outside with that 20 of Zane Bailey. Trying to really get that second lane to go. Again, you got that whole line of cars in that low side, Mike. It's going to be hard for that second lane to really get speed going.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially only a two-man pack there. They're hoping a couple of those guys from the bottom line jump up. But for a two-man pack, they're side drafting really well, and they're keeping up with them.
Yes, they are. We got a little trivia question out there in chat. Eric Grover saying Talladega trivia time in 2013. This driver won the fall race. Who was it? Oh, no, the 20 of Zane Bailey smoking. I think he just popped his engine.
Yeah, I'm going to head over to a cockpit. Yeah, he's got nothing right now.
Fortunately, he's got enough speed to carry him down to pit road. That is not going to bring out a caution, so a single car.
Yeah, and he's going to have to use one of those fast repairs now.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on him if you would, but we're going back up to the front. Jimmy Reynolds, Adam Kilday, Edie Pagante, Dave Hunt, Paul Servant, your top 5. See Dana Osborne down on the apron. Now he comes back up on the racing surface. Now, I believe we have been out here, looks like 15 laps, so these guys are going to probably push it as far as they can before they pit, because there's still a lot of racing left.
Yeah, absolutely. Zane's going to be coming out right now of the pits. It looks like he didn't take much fuel, though. He was only in there for that fast repair real quick, and then he's back out on the track.
Well, usually when you do your fast repair, I think that gives you a full tank.
Does it give you a full tank?
Yes. Let's see. We got several guesses out there. Man. Final career win. 2013, I'm going to say Jeff Gordon. We'll see if I get that right. I think that is when Jeff Gordon retired, was in 2013.
I'm going to do a little cheating here. I'm going to Google it just so I could know who, because I have no idea.
You're doing that. I'm going to call this. Oh, no. Everett Grover said nope. Well, Jimmy Reynolds wasn't there, but he is leading this race right here. Adam Kilday in second. Andy Brigante third. Dave Hunt fourth. Paul Servant in fifth. Dana Osborne sixth. Mark Van seventh. Les Levy in eighth. Anthony English ninth. And James Mayer rounding out your top 10. Jamie McMurray was the one that won it. Okay.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Wouldn't have guessed that either. So. sitting here playing with buttons, guys. I'm trying to figure out what does what, but we are getting ready for probably some green flag pit stops once again. If you could look at your stints, like I said, on my screen, I can't really see it. I got to figure out how to make my OBS window bigger.
Yeah, I'm trying to look here on my the overlay for me.
Look at your timing screen and scroll over to the right.
Okay.
It should have a stint.
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of these guys are on 20 right now.
Okay. So we are getting close to having some more green flag pit stops. Actually, I see guys coming down now. Sean Wilder, Dusty Burkhart, Luke Gray, Doug Johnson, all coming down pit road. With these guys
It
being...
looks like Jimmy Reynolds and Adam Kilday are going to be on 20 here.
I would imagine these guys will be coming down pit road here pretty soon. It looked like we had maybe a little fake out, but they're going to take it another lap. Sean Wilder is going to bring that other group back out on the track. Dusty Burkhart, Luke Gray. Back here, David Overstreet, Alex Giffen, Bubba Winningham. Well, here comes Bubba Winningham as we say that. He is up here, and Rob Connors. Both of them guys coming down pit road. Now we're back up on the front seat. The leader's going to pit this time.
Yeah, I would imagine they would. Yep, here they come in.
Here we come. That's Jimmy Reynolds and that group. Dave Hunt staying out, but Adam Kilday. Oh, Mike Edgerton off into the grass and gets tagged. Looks like he got tagged down on pit road. We've got an incident down on pit road. Mark Mann, Paul Servant, James Mayer. Wow, I don't know what happened there. Can you go back and take a look at that?
Yes, I can.
Dave Hunt stayed out, so he is in the lead right now. Adam Kilday leads that big group off the pit road.
Actually, I don't think I can. My previous incident, I'm going to have to rewind this now.
Make sure you change your camera view to a chase or far chase.
Okay.
But I think it started with Mike Edgerton. I think he got tagged coming down pit road as Dave Hunt is down pit road now. Adam Kilday out front or in second right now. It does have the 343 of Russ Hancock behind him, but Russ is a lap down. So that's going to put Russ Hancock, the first car, a lap down, I believe. No, Andrew Schroeder is showing a first car a lap down. As Dave Hunt is coming off a pit road. Adam Kilday with a full head of steam with Russ Hancock in the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds going to get by him very easily.
Yeah, I do apologize, Stephen, but I cannot pull that back up.
No worries.
Not letting me.
No worries. We'll kind of go with the flow here. Don't want to miss any of the live action, but right now, though, Adam Kilday, Jimmy Reynolds, Lynn McNeese, and Dave in that first group. Well, Dave Hunt's back here, but he's going to have help coming up behind him. With the 8 of Dana Osborne and the 44 of Anthony English. We'll see if they're going to pick him up or if they're going to get around him and just let him fall back into the back. Looks like that is exactly what's going to happen. They make their way around Dave Hunt. Now Dave will stay in that draft. Then about 3 seconds behind Dave, you have Rick Seabrands. That looks like the... that is the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Looks like the 388 of Doug Johnson. He is a lap down vehicle. And then back here, ooh, Cole Spalding getting a little bit high off the bumper of the 62. But that's going to be Les Levy, Cole Spalding, Zane Bailey, James Mayer, Jim Duda, and Sean Stevens. Well, Dan Harrington and Mark Mann is not too far, about a half a second behind Sean. Paul Servant in the double zero. Rob Connor is back here trying to get caught up with Mark, about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, and I'm taking a look at the 84 of McNeese, and he's up 25 spots now. That's just great driving there.
Yeah, I got him up 24, but yeah, he's up to third is where I got Lynn at right now. But they do have a lap vehicle mixed in with this lead group, Mike, so the 343 of West Hancock is a lap down vehicle, I believe.
Yeah, I'm taking a look here. He looks like he is 1 lap down. Yep.
So he's up here trying to get his lap back. And he's definitely got the help to do it with the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds and the 84 of Lynn McNeese, 48 of Andrew Schroeder up here in the mix as well. Of course, Andrew Schroeder is a lap down. But right now, we're so spread out, folks. Dana Osborne about a little over 4 seconds behind Lynn with this group of him and Anthony English and Dave Hunt. And then about 4 seconds behind that group is Rick Seabrands and the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Now Sanchez is a lap down. And then a couple seconds behind is Seabrands. You got the 62 of Les Levy, Cole Spalding, but they've kind of spread out a little bit more. I'm not seeing a lot of drafting going on.
Yeah, Steven, I don't want to cut you off here, but it looks like we do have a caution.
Oh, we do have a caution. Let's see. Trying to see. Don't see anybody caught up in that. Looks like
it's going to be the double zero.
Paul Servant with some damage to the front of his car, I believe. Well, let's take a look here and see what happened. We are on. That is Paul Servant. Yeah, it was between him and the double zero of Rob Connor. Did Rob give him a bad push? Or was that net code? That looked like maybe a bad push there. Yes, it was. You can see Rob just getting ever so slightly off center. That got Paul loose, and Paul trying to save it. Nope, just collected each other. Paul hard into that outside wall. Well, that's going to be our first caution of the night, folks.
48 laps in, first caution.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, especially here.
Well, folks, we're going to step aside just for 1 second. We're going to play a commercial by our green flag sponsor, is Chevyland.com. Chevyland down in Shreveport, Louisiana. So hang tight, folks. We'll be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
And, of course, if you go to Chevyland.com and you purchase a vehicle from them, you cannot make it to Shreveport, they will deliver in the lower 48 states. So if you happen to go to their website or talk to them, just tell them MaxSpeedtv sent you, and they will take care of you. Well, Mike, man, so far it's been some really good racing. Like you said, 48 laps of racing before we had our first caution.
Yeah, well over the halfway mark before we got our first one. And just to kind of highlight, the 82, which is your leader now, has jumped up. It looks like on my screen, 25, 26 spots.
I've got 24 is what I got him at. Started back in, I think, 25th. But he is coming back down pit road. But yeah, you were close. I mean, you were right. He you know, oh, Paul Servant. I don't think he's got enough. He's trying to make it to his pit box. And looky here, he is getting some help by the 8 of Dana Osborne to push him to his pit
Man, you
box.
love to see that. That's awesome.
Well, and again, that just shows the respect and, you know, the camaraderie these guys have, you know, racing with each other week in, week out, to save him time from, you know, because it's a 5-minute tow. If you have to get towed on this track or at Daytona, they're so big, it's like a 5-minute tow. So that would
that could really hurt you.
Yes. So, well, looking at our grid or at our leaders up here, Adam Kilday up in first, Jimmy Reynolds second, Dave Hunt third, Lim McNeese fourth, Jim Duda fifth, Les Levy in sixth, Zane Bailey seventh, Sean Wilder eighth, James Mayer ninth, and Luke Gray in 10th. We're going to go ahead and put this back up here real quick. These are your top 8 drivers for the round of 8. Again, Jim Duda is up in there. He is up in 5th right now. Anthony English sitting in 13th. Adam Kilday leading the race right now. Mark Mann is back in 20th. Lynn McNeese is up there in 4th. Dana Osborne back there. It looks like Dana is in 16th. Paul Servant, unfortunately, a lap down back in 25th. And Rick Seabrands, he is up there in 12th. He is up 18 spots as well. So these guys are doing really well tonight. I'm thrilled to be able to call their playoff race. I know I missed one due to a family function, but man, I'm glad to be back. And again, big shout out to Mike. He's coming in as we get ready to go back green. He's going to be one of our new broadcasters here at MaxSpeed TV. So glad to have him on board as well. As we get ready for the Chevy Lane green flag into that United Reynolds restart zone. Chevy Lane green flag back out once again. I know I'm talking a little bit fast there, Mike. Trying to catch up with the action. But definitely glad to have you on board, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate you and everyone here at MaxSpeed TV for bringing me along. And it's been fun calling races with you. We've had a great time, seen some great races.
We had some exciting stuff last night. We had really exciting Thursday night was your debut for MaxSpeed TV. And we had a 53-car field for the opening season of the OP Thursday night back series. And man, what a race that was.
Yeah, that was a great race. Obviously, a great turnout for everyone. A lot of cautions, but, you know, there was also a lot of blue flag racing, especially the ending there. It was awesome to see.
Yes, it was. And of course, Thursday night, Vinny Maestas won that race. Shout out to Vinny out there. I know he goes back and watches some of these broadcasts, so Vinny, if you're listening, big shout out to you, buddy. Congratulations on that opening. We get back, we are side by side. Got some cars looking at going 3 wide. That is the, we're trying to see, is that 91? That is Shauna Wilder out there with Luke Gray on that outside line, trying to get that third lane going. Dana Osborne looks like he's peeking out there as well. Trying to get that traffic, get that run up to the front. The 3 guys make that outside line is going to have the momentum for them to push Sean out to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. See the 8 of Dana just coming up and joining that outside line.
Excuse me. Man, my throat has been kind of sore today, so I do apologize. I'm trying to drink some coffee here. Bob's dropping down to that second lane. Is he going to try to take it all the way to the bottom? No, he's going to stay on that middle line. Well, that's going to leave Luke Gray and Dana Osborne. As Sean does jump back out to that third lane. Dana Osborne, 4 wide. Right now. We are 4 wide here at Talladega tonight. Man, I don't really think Dana wanted to be put in that type of situation. They are handling it well. Coming through turns 1 and 2. Oh, door to door. Wilder getting a little bit loose. Great save. He gets pushed pretty hard by that 29 of Luke Gray.
Kind of filling in here now. A little crazy race in there, going 4 wide, but now we're set back out. We're 3 wide. And, yeah, we still have your race leader as Dave Hunt.
Yep, Dave, well, I got Adam Kilday, Dave Hunt battling out right now. Just back and forth between these guys up front. Adam Kilday back out to lead just by a nose. Barely a nose, I should say. But that bottom line, man, they've got a lot of momentum going into the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. That top line, when you see them coming to the straightaway, they actually get a pretty good jump. Then right when they go back into that turn, that bottom line takes it away.
Yeah, and that was as Dana Osborne drops it down all the way down the bottom, but we're wrecking. That is the 69 of Dusty Burkhardt involved. I've seen that. I'm trying to get to them. Where is Dusty at? I don't see him. There he is. Look like maybe Paul Servant got a piece of that as well. Let's go back to, let's see what happened here, folks. That happened right there with the 343 of Russ Hancock and the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Let's see where Rick Sanchez is at. And let's get a rewind here. And let's get on a far chase. As we are on Rick Sanchez. It looks like it actually started up towards the front.
Yeah, it looked like a couple guys were trying to make that outside lane work and then trying to jump back in to the middle lane. I'm not too sure exactly what happened.
That was the 46 at David Overstreet. Right there with, did he get a shove from the 62? It looks like David was just a little bit loose anyway. But you see Dusty Burkhardt dropping down, David Overstreet going with him. Gives him a shove. It looks like that got kind of David a little bit loose. He goes back up to the outside. And Dusty Burkhardt dropping down. Dave looked like he might have been having some steering problems.
Yeah, as you can see, he kind of jumps out to the outside lane. He's trying to stay in that draft. And he ends up just getting loose into the back end of the 69.
Yeah, I'm looking in cockpit right now. You can see him working that steering wheel almost like he was getting loose. He was counter steering and then maybe just overcorrected. And that's what got him down into the 69 of Dusty Burkhardt. And, of course, that sends them both up into the wall. The 343 getting a piece of that as well. We see some cars up here. That's the 13 of Andy Brigante.
Yeah, just a live look. It looks like...
Oh! I just seen that. Rick Sanchez, nowhere to go. And I mean just flat T-bones, the 343. Oh, that
Good news is that the fast repairs, I mean, everyone's got 2 fast repairs. It looks like a quarter of the field has already used their first fast repair, but no one yet has used both of those fast repairs, and that's good with 57 of 80 laps.
Yeah, and we are going to be at 23 to go here in just a second. We're going to go ahead and step aside real quick, and we will be right back. All right, we are back as we see Dana Osborne coming down pit road. Adam Kilday is going to be your leader. Dave Hunt in second. Sean Wilder third. Jimmy Reynolds fourth. Luke Gray in fifth. Anthony English looks like he is down on pit road. We got several cars back down on pit road. I'm looking at Anthony's car. Looks like he just got fuel. No tires. Again, I don't see tires being a big factor tonight, Mike, with the Super Speedway. They usually aren't, but with these cars in the new tire and damage models that they did, I'm not sure if their tire wears a little bit more now.
Yeah, I know we were talking a little bit before the race about that, and you kind of explained to me how, you know, with the Super Speedway, it doesn't matter that much, but you know, it does matter the fuel. And right now, Adam, it looks like Adam Kilday, he is 10 laps without fuel or on the track. So he's only gonna have like 11, 12 more laps in before he's gonna have to go in a pit.
Yeah, I would figure they would have came down, and I thought everybody would have come down on pit road during that caution, so it may change whenever they go back green here. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure to keep you updated with that. Yeah, because it looks like everyone else right now, Dave Hunt, Jimmy Reynolds, they're all on 1-2 laps, so.
Lights on the pace car are out as we get ready to go back green here. Our restart cam is not the greatest, but here is our flag stand at the start finish line. You see that the flagman does have the green flag in his hand. They will get to that United Rentals restart zone here in just a second as the pace car is off down into pit road. We see them coming around. And the green flag is back out, folks. We are back racing here. The round of 8. Dave Hunt to the outside with Jimmy Reynolds and Jim Newton. Now Jim's dropping it back down to that lower line. That's just going to leave Dave Hunt and Reynolds out to the outside. Sean Wilder kind of getting up a little bit high there. Gets back in line with Adam Kilday, the 29 of Luke Gray right there with him. Sean gets hooked up with the 85 of Kilday. Now the 29, all three of them guys is hooked up nose to tail all the way back through.
Yeah, I was just about to say that top line doesn't look like it's forming very well, but as I say that, I mean, they're catching right back up.
Yeah, they got 4 cars out on that outside line. Looks like Lynn McNeese and Dan Harrington joining that second line as we come back around. 21 to go here, folks. We are winding it down. It's been a great race. I know it's starting to get late for you out there on the East Coast, Mike, but I do appreciate you hanging out and calling this race with me. Of course, your debut night here on CFM. Most of the same guys that we see on Saturday night, Thursday night, and Monday night all run this league as well.
Yeah, these guys are doing an awesome job. We've had, I believe, 1 caution so far.
You've got the caution counter over there with the ATV.
I got it on.
So, yeah, 1 caution, I believe, is all we've actually had. probably had two.
We do. You're right. We've had 2 cautions, and we've had 37.
That is insane. But again, that just shows the give and take that these guys are doing out here on this track. They're not trying to be too aggressive. As we start looking, Dana Osborne to the outside with the 46 of David Overstreet. Now the 3 of Paul Servant, the 69 of Dusty Burkhart coming down the third line. Gonna see, we got our 20 to go now. As we come out of turn number 4, at 19 to go.
Yeah, I'm excited with 20 to go here. You know, obviously points are on the table. As I said before, you know, there's 2 races, but to get that early jump on your other competitors is going to be big for today.
Absolutely. Right now, Paul Servant is the first car a lap down. Mike Edgerton, I believe, is a couple of laps down, or 5 laps down. Rob Connors, I think, is a couple of laps down. Check that before we check my math.
Yeah.
No, Rob
like
Connors.
Rob's 11.
Oh, and we're wrecking. That's going to bring out our 3rd caution. Paul Servant getting caught up in that as well. Let's take a look here. Oh, come on. It's not going to let me do it.
Oh, yeah. It looks like the 69 gets right into the back of the 3 of Paul going into the turn.
This was the last crash. For some reason, it's not going to let me. So let's look at Paul Servant here. And we're going to do this the hard way. We're going to do a live rewind here. Give me just a second while we rewind this back.
Yeah, it looks like the 46 of David Overstreet, he gets into the safety barrier going up into the turn, and that kind of checks everyone up a little bit. And then at that time, I mean, behind them, it looks like the 3 car gets a big shot from the back, and that turns him completely sideways.
Yeah, that was the 69 of Dusty Burkhart right there. We see Paul kind of check it up, and then bam, right there, the 69 lifts up the rear end of the 3. And 3 gets it locked down. I don't think he's going to have a whole lot of damage, but he's definitely going to have some. And that's going to bring out our 3rd caution there, folks. As we are back live, Paul's coming down pit road. How many fast repairs does Paul have left? Does he have 1 left?
Let me check for you. Paul, yes, he has 1 left.
All right. Well, he's coming to his pit box. Let's see if he takes it now or if he just tries to get damage fixed. Looks like he's taking right sides now. Left sides are up, so he is taking 4 tires.
I don't think he's going to be taking that fast repair
Nope.
with that.
He is not. He is going to get as much damage fixed as he can. He is, unfortunately, going to put him, I guess, to be 3 laps down. I'm trying to wait on my ticker. That's the only way that I can see. We'll see what it says when he comes out of the pit road here. Looks like he's 1 lap down, so it's not going to be too bad on him.
Yeah, no, if he had that 2-3 laps down, it's a little bit harder with 17 to go. But with only 1 lap down, 17 to go, he can get right back in this.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if our race sponsor is still in Discord, and he is not. So, Mr. Mike Edgerton, if you're out there watching the stream, big shout out to you for sponsoring tonight's race. I thought I had their logo up, but I guess I don't. Let me see if I can get that pulled up here, get their Fish Guyz logo.
I do have to say, my boy Anthony English, P3 right now. He did not go in though to the pit, so he's on. Looks like for the stint 8. Just updated 7, so he's 7 in. But everyone going back. It looks like at the start of Dave Hunt, he did go into the pits. Adam Kilday, Jimmy Reynolds, they're all fueled up and ready to go.
Well, there we go. The Fish Guyz. Somehow it reversed the image, but that is your race sponsor tonight, the Fish Guyz. They are a captain charter group down in the Florida Keys. So they do take people out deep sea fishing and all of that. So big shout out to those guys down there, and Mike Edgerton as well for bringing these guys on board as our race sponsor. But yeah, we're looking at a good finish here. 16 laps to go, Mike. Man, it's gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah, we're looking at, like you just said, 16 laps to go. Hopefully we keep it green. And we have a couple guys in the top 5. It looks like Anthony English, Rick's up there. So those guys, they're going to be battling, hopefully to get first, to get, like I said before, that a little bit of edge before the second race.
Well, like you said, all points do matter with this league. So yeah, they're going to try, these guys that are in the playoffs are going to try to get as many points as they can. Again, looking at our playoff guys here, Jim Duda, Anthony English, Adam Kilday, Mark Mann, Lynn McNeese, who's sitting in a pretty decent spot, or was. Dana Osborne, Paul Servant not having the night he wanted, and Rick Seabrand. So these guys are, they're trying to get something going here and get a good finish, get some points going into the next race next week. And let me see, as we get ready to go back green with the Chevyland green flag once again.
Yeah, I do have to point out real quick, with our top 6, if we stay green, they're not going to be able to make it on fuel.
Well, the Chevyland green flag's back out. We haven't had a chance to do it tonight, but we may try to get this in for a few laps. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and get a few laps up, crank it up in, so we can give our voices a little bit of a break. So hang tight, folks. Crank it up time. We will be right back. folks. We are back with 12 to go. Man, we are 3 wide, 7 rows deep. Man, it is going to be tight racing. Dana Osborne, your leader right there in the outside. Rick Sanchez dropping it down to the low line. Rick, yeah, he is back on the lead lap. I figured he'd be patient and get back on that lead lap. Adam Kilday right there with him. But Mike, that outside line is just not carrying the momentum through the corner.
No, I can see them getting a little bit wobbly, a little bit getting out of that draft, trying to get some clean air, but they just don't have the momentum to get ahead of these guys that are in the bottom and the middle line. So we're going to see if some of those guys come back and try to get in that middle line.
Well, right now, that is Sean Wilder, though, on that outside with the 49 of Cole Spalding. Mark Mann, I believe that is the 82 of Dan Harrington, all out on that outside line, as well as David Overstreet and the 29 of Luke Gray. It looked like a little checkup by the 46 of David Overstreet, which caught Luke Gray, and he had to check up a little bit. But Dana Osborne, he is to the outside. Oh, big checkup, and we're wrecking. That's going to take the leaders. Big wreck. This is the big one, guys. This took out a lot of the cars.
Yeah, and we were just talking during the break, too. I mean, pit strategy with the fuel situation now, it kind of gives a little reset with that caution coming out.
Yeah, we're going to get out here. Let me get on a far chase. But that happened up towards the front with Dana Osborne. We're going to take a look here. It looked like we're going to go ahead and get on Adam Kilday. As Dana did kind of go up to the high side. Looks like Adam was looking at the gap, and Dana just come down. You can see Adam check up, Bubba right into the back of Adam, and that just got them down into James Mayer, Rick Sanchez, Dana Shepard. Oh, it collected. I mean, it just collected everybody at that point.
Yeah, it looks like Dana, she was obviously, as we were talking, she was down in the, I'm sorry?
He,
I am so sorry. He was down at the bottom, and then he comes up into that middle, kind of loses a little bit of momentum, a little bit of the draft, and that's when we saw the 85 of Adam Kilday get into the back.
well, Adam was looking at that gap. Yeah, that was bad. But Adam was looking at the gap because, I mean, at this point, this stage, you've got to make a move. And he had the hole there, and you know, it looked like Dana just come back down, and you seen Adam get checked. He checked up, but Bubba was right there, and really no fault. Just you know, other than not keeping a lane, but it is what it is. That's going to change the whole landscape. With 9 to go, Mike, they're going to be able. They should have gotten fuel, and well, that's going to take them to the end of the race.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this to update. Obviously, once we go green, I'll be able to give you more of information. But yeah, you're right. They should have all got full fuel. It looks like Rick Sanchez is on 2 of 2 for his fast repair, so that'll be the last one for him.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mark Mann coming up pit road, Dusty Burkhart coming up pit road, James Mayer still down on pit road. And now he is moving, so looks like Les Levy is going to be your leader. Bubba Winningham in second. Anthony English third. Zane Bailey fourth. Jim Duda rounding out your top 5. And we're going to go ahead and step aside for just a second, and we will be right back, folks.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, folks, welcome back as we get ready to go back green here in just a second. The lights on the pace car should go out. Again, big shout out to Bubba Winningham and Chevyland for our green flag sponsor here at MaxSpeed TV. And we will, lights on the pace car do go out. So we will get side by side, stacked up, racked up, ready to go once again. Again, big shout out to Mike Edgerton for sponsoring tonight's race, Fish Guyz 212, right here at Talladega. Round number 2, the top 8 drivers. Mary Catherine Miguez out there rooting on Winningham. Well, with this many laps left, normally we do some interviews, but, well, I don't want to give them that broadcaster's jinx. So
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know every time we bring them up here, that's what they say. You know what? The last couple races I've been with you, that hasn't been a thing, which is good.
no, it's usually with Joshua. You usually call it the Medlock Juju. Is what I kind of deemed it, because usually whenever I was racing, he would interview me, and, well, wasn't half a lap later, I was getting caught up in a wreck. And nope, I'm not doing it, Netsby. I am not doing it. I am going to sit right here. I'm going to call the race, and yeah, you know, we're not going to do that, but. Well, actually, we're going to talk about this, though. The number 6 car is the big mover right now, up 18 spots. So I will say that. Right now we got, looks like everybody back on the lead lap. Paul Servant back on the lead lap, as well as the pace car dives off down the pit road. We get to that United Rentals restart zone. And the flag man has the green flag in his hand, as you see them coming in the background there. They will hit that restart zone. Once again, we will be Chevyland green flag back out, back green flag racing. Be 7 laps to go when they cross that line right there, folks. Here we go. It is going to be a drag race to the win as Anthony English down on the inside behind the 62 of Les Levy. He's got the 053 of Jim Duda, the 48 of Andrew Schroeder on that low line, but Jimmy Reynolds on that midline with the 20 of Zane Bailey. I'm sorry, Bubba Winningham with the 20 of Zane Bailey. 17 of Jimmy Reynolds right there. Luke Gray moving to the outside. Andrew Schroeder looked at trying to go back down, but didn't have it here. So he stays out to the high side, and Luke Gray leading that outside group on that third line right now. We're going to see what happens as we go back 3 wide right here, folks. We're in the 29 machine. Andrew Schroeder seems like he's having a hard time staying behind him. Backs off a little bit. Got Adam Kilday, Dana Osborne, Bubba Winningham dropping it down. Oh, let's Levy get a little bit loose. We got cars up into the wall, 4 wide up at the front. Now we got back 3 wide. Woo, that was close.
Yeah, it was.
That was a great save by those guys. I don't know exactly who was in the wall. I think that was the 29 of Luke Gray. Bubba Winningham running down that low line in front of the 62 machine. And I don't know, got a little bit of upset about it, got a little bit loose. But they were able to maintain, and now we're still back 3 wide here, folks. Man, a lot of cars on that outside line.
Yeah, absolutely. And with 6 to go, your race leader right now has been out there, Zane, out there for 20 laps without getting fuel.
Yeah,
And so with 5 to go, I mean, they're going to have to get some fuel.
I think he might have came down. I'm looking at his pit strategy. No, he did not. So we'll see what happens here as we are still 3 wide. Zane Bailey on the low line, Bubba Winningham in the middle, Luke Gray out on that outside. Jimmy Reynolds right behind Bubba, trying to get Bubba pushed up to the front on that middle line as they get a good run on the outside. But it's Luke Gray, Andrew Schroeder, Adam Kilday, Dana Osborne. Oh, and we're wrecking again. That's going to bring out another caution with 4 to go. These guys will try to get lined back out. Let's take a look here, folks, and see what happened.
It starts with the 69. Yeah, that's Dusty there. Dusty's on the top line. Just gets a little loose. I'm going to do a far chase and kind of see if he gets pushed from the back.
Well, I'm having to do this the hard way. You said that was Dusty?
Yeah, it looked like it was Dusty and Mark Mann.
All right, well, we're on Dusty now. We see we see a checkup. We see the flames come out of Dusty's exhaust there. And Mark just right into the back end. That got Dusty sideways, and then both of them up hard into the outside wall. Oh, the 95 of James Mayer gets wiped out by the 91 of Sean Wilder. Trying to avoid everything, and Dusty gets hit again by the 95.
I'm not too sure. Maybe you can check for me. I know they were checking up and they were eventually going to hit, but it does look like a little bit of net code there.
Well, let's take a look here. I'm still on Dusty. And we'll take a look here. Well, Dusty's checking up to keep from going into the 343 of Hancock. Oh, no.
And now does Mark get into the back?
Yeah, Mark gets up underneath the back end of the 69. The checkup, and it just happened so quickly.
Oh.
There really wasn't nothing Mark could have done right there as the 91 just comes through and just slams hard into the 95 of Mayer.
Man, and Dusty takes a huge hit into that safety barrier. It looks like, man, they're going 180 miles an hour, and boom, right into that safety barrier.
It was a hard hit, too. Both of them guys both. Well, Mike, this will be a regulation GWC.
Yeah, we're no strangers to GWCs.
No, we're not here lately. But this will be a regulation GWC, and I don't know what is going on here, but my mouse is controlling my camera.
Yeah, luckily Rick Sanchez there, he, like we were talking before, he has no quick repairs left, and looks like he wasn't involved in that.
I don't know why my mouse is all of a sudden controlling my camera.
Oh, I see that.
I don't know how to get it off.
I am not too sure. Everett saying it'll buff out
There
the
we
chat.
go. Nope. All right. Let's see here. I hit something where my mouse controls my camera, and I think it's a, there we go. Mouse aim. Ha ha. There we go.
Oh, you gotta love technology.
Yes. Well, guys, we are GWC regulation GWC here at Sunday night. Again, round 2 of the playoffs. The top 8 guys are battling it out. Zane Bailey is your leader. Les Levy in second. Bubba Whittingham third. Luke Gray fourth. Jimmy Reynolds fifth. Anthony English in a 6th. Andrew Schroeder 7th. Lynn McNeese 8th. Jim Duda 9th. And Adam Kilday rounding out your top 10. Do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. At 20 viewers, only 7 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Again, if you're new to MaxSpeed TV, be sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, let you know every time we go live. Now, we will be live again tomorrow night for the OP Premier Series right here on MaxSpeed TV. Looking forward to that. Let me pull up, see if I can pull up their schedule for tomorrow night, see where we're at. I think we will be at, yes, we will be at Daytona night race. So new Daytona at night tomorrow in the trucks right here on MaxSpeed TV.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race, especially at night. I said yesterday when we were on, I love night races. Just something about them that just gets me going.
Well, and, you know, with the night races, track temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler, so the trucks will get some really good grip. Of course, they run really well at Daytona anyway. I'm going to go ahead and look at our race stats and analytics here. We're still at 121-degree track temp, 77-degree air temp. Humidity's dropped to 49% and have a 4-mile-an-hour wind, so it's not ideal conditions for racing, but hey, these guys are handling it well. It looks like Mike Edgerton is back out on the track. It looks like we only have 4 cars out of the race. Rob Connor, Alex Giffen, Jared Duda, and Michael Pratt, who did not start. The pace car will dive off down to the safety of pit road. We will be a GWC, regulation GWC here in just a second as the Chevy Lane green flag is in the air. They hit that United Rentals restart zone. That flag band will start waving that green flag. Green flag back out once again. Here we go. Chevy Lane green flag for hopefully the last time. We got people out there letting the chaos begin. Yeah, we're going to start seeing some pretty aggressive moves. Already the 13 of Andy Brigante going to the outside to that third line, as well as the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Will the 46 follow him up there, or will the 13 be able to make that move as the 8 of Dana Osborne comes up fairly aggressively, but maintains that line as we get down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. 5 of Rick Sanchez up to the third line behind the 84. Again, we're going to start getting some excitement here. Apologize, Mike. We are trying to get back to this start-finish line for the white flag for the final time. Will we make it? White flag.
4 wide.
We are 4 wide. White flag in the air. Here we go. We got a car off down to the apron. Several cars off down to the apron. But the white flag is out, so it doesn't matter. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Right now, Zane Bailey, your leader. Bubba Whittingham in second. Third. That outside line is trying to get something going to get caught up to those leaders. Let's get on a TV follow here so we can get a wider view. And
Anthony English with a big push. And he's no stranger to victory lane, so he's going to try to get there tonight, being in that playoff spot.
Yes, he is. But Bubba Whittingham down on the inside with Zane Bailey as we come out of turn 4. Down the back front straightaway here through the tri-oval. Anthony English right there. Zane Bailey, Les Levy is your leader. Zane Bailey second. Anthony English third. How's it going to end? Yes, wrecking right at the line. Les Levy, your winner. Zane Bailey second. Luke Gray edged out Anthony English for that win. Let's go back here, folks. I want to see, this is a photo finish here for that third place spot. Let's get to a chase cam here. Let me get this thing turned around. We want to get on Luke Gray because he was right there with Anthony English. You see right here, Anthony does have that nose advantage, But the 85 of Adam Kilday really, that's what slowed him up. And just by a nose, the 29 did get that P3 spot. Well, folks, hang tight. We're going to get our top 3 up here for the post-race interview. We will be right back. All right, folks, we have caught up with our top 3. Unfortunately, our second and third place drivers did get out of their cars, and so we'll have our third place finisher here, Mr. Luke Gray. We'll bring him up to the broadcast booth real quick. Luke, awesome job, buddy. P3, man, you were the biggest mover, up 21 spots tonight. It kind of got a little wild right there at the end, though.
It was fun. I have a lot of history with this car. I had so much fun out there tonight, and I'm so appreciative of these guys letting me join them.
Well, it's good to have you out there, man. I know you haven't been able to race a whole lot with us this season, but, man, it's always exciting when you do get out there. Let's talk about your overall race tonight. I know I think you got caught up in a few little incidents throughout the night. Just really wrong place at the wrong time.
No, I didn't we missed everything tonight.
Did you really?
I think at one point I might have touched the wall trying to check up for something or get around somebody. So I don't remember, but it ended up burning a fast repair over nothing. But other than that, no, I didn't get caught up in anything. I made some mistakes on pit road. That's common.
Well, I think we all do that at some point, don't we?
Well, it's if you're human. Yeah.
Well, really
There's
awesome.
some guys that'll tell you they don't.
You're right. They're lying. Well, really awesome job. I mean, you guys had a great green flag run. Really half the race before we got our first caution.
Man, I bet it was fun to watch. I hope it was fun to watch.
Well, anytime you have the green flag pit stops like this, especially at Talladega or Daytona, the field gets spread out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll tell you what happened, man. So the first group split, and I knew we were screwed right then because we were so spread out. But still salvageable. And then somebody spun. There was a single car spin on the backstretch that same lap. And I think a bunch of guys thought the caution was fixing to come out, and they checked up. and it was chain reaction. A bunch of other people checked up. That's why there was such a huge gap between the first and second pack.
Okay, that does make sense.
Yep.
Well, awesome job. Now we've got a new broadcaster with us, Luke. Mike Taldo,
Great.
joining the
Hey,
MaxSpeed TV family. I'm sure he's got some stuff he wants to visit with you about.
Yeah, Luke, great job. Like Steven said, biggest mover tonight. At the end there, you have the 85 of Adam Kilday pushing you. Could you give us a little play-by-play of the chaos that unfolded right before the checkered flag?
I didn't really see any chaos, man. Everything looked real tight and real smooth. I just needed. I know he was working as hard as he could work and probably pushing as hard as he could push. I was just begging him to push a little bit harder, you know. But I didn't see any chaos until we crossed the start-finish line, and you know, somebody got turned up across my nose.
Yeah, it looks like they were that middle line was bumping and banging trying to get to the finish line, but
I'm sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna question you too much. You know what I mean? I know you're gonna get up there and celebrate P3.
Yeah. I'm gonna go drink water. Yeah.
Well, awesome job, Luke. We're going to turn the mic over to you, buddy. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
Man, huge congratulations to Les Levy. Heck of a run. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Go celebrate. We'll catch you soon.
All right, Steven. See you.
See you, buddy. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to our second place finisher tonight. Let me get the graphics up here. We'll get him up here into the broadcast booth. Maybe. There he is. Mr. Zane Bailey, man. Zane, I was bragging about you. You know, I think this is your first season with CFM. I think, or maybe you came in late last season, but man, you have been you've been running well. Tonight was you did well tonight. You was up 5 spots. You qualified well and ended up with the P2, buddy. How was your race tonight?
Pretty good. I'm happy with how I did tonight because I really haven't raced in the Gen 4 cars a ton on super speedways. I'm really lucky that when I blew my motor, I didn't go a lap down. It kind of worked out with pit cycles, with fuel. I was just able to take full fuel. It was kind of like a stop. I did lose a little bit of time because I was just out there alone, but it could have been a lot worse.
Well, you did an awesome job. Let's talk about when that happened. There's been guys that says that they can run these cars with it blinking red for a lap, and then there's guys that say when as soon as the temperature blinks red, their engine pops. What happened on that tonight?
It was just really a rookie mistake by me. I really didn't do any practice. I didn't blow it in practice, so I didn't know the temp. I really couldn't see the oil gauge. The steering wheel kind of blocks it. So I really just didn't have practice knowing when it would blow. I don't know what I was thinking. My goal was to get him clear, and then I would just be outside alone. I don't really know what I was thinking there.
Well, all in all, though, I mean, you guys had a great run. Like we were talking with Luke, you guys had, actually, Eric said 49 laps of green flag racing. How was your pit stops tonight?
I felt like I did pretty good. I didn't want to push it because for some reason, these Gen 4 cars in the right front just locks up so early than any other corner in a car. And you just plow and you can't really turn. And in the previous races, I've missed my braking mark a couple of times, so I was just taking it really easy. I really wasn't pushing it too hard.
Okay. Well, I'm going to turn the mic over to Mr. Taldo. Mike Taldo, our new MaxSpeed TV broadcaster here. He's probably got a few things he wants to visit with you about. Mike is yours, buddy.
All right. So, Zane, congratulations. P2. It was a photo finish. I didn't know at first who was going to finish first between you or Les. And I'm looking here now at a screenshot, and it is so close. How was that bottom line running tonight as you were coming through the checkered flag?
Bottom line was good if you wanted to avoid wrecks and just kind of ride around and save fuel. But once you got on the bottom line, you just dropped like a rock. You couldn't pass because you were just boxed in on the bottom. It wasn't very good, but at the end, I I knew that my pusher would be boxed in on the bottom. Like, they couldn't just bail on me at the end. So I was like, I'll just stay down here. If I go up to the top, he's probably going to go free wide on me. So I was like, I'll just run bottom. And then Bubba got a little bit loose. I feel like if he didn't get loose from the tri-oval and was able to push me, I would have been a little bit closer and I might have gotten the win.
Well, congratulations again on a great finish.
Yep, thank you.
Well, Zane, buddy, awesome job. Again, at this point, we're going to turn the mic over to you to give you any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jim for inviting me to this league. It's a very fun super speedway league. I think it's cool, like, you just do super speedways all the time. So, like, all the guys here are great at super speedways. It's a lot of fun. And it's, most of the time, it's cleaner than a lot of super speedway races that other leagues when they race super speedways, because everyone just has a ton of practice. It's unfortunate that Jared, his computer kind of crashed and he wasn't able to continue, so that sucks for him.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what happened there, but, awesome job, Zane. Congratulations. Go celebrate, buddy. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, well, that's going to bring us to our race winner. Let me get on your car, Les. I kind of asked you guys a while ago, and I don't think it was really put out, but I'm glad you stayed out there on the track, because it's nice to see your guys' car, especially, whenever you guys get the podium. But, man, what a finish. A top 8 driver wins the race. That's going to be some good bonus points for you going into the next race on the second round here. How are you going to carry that momentum into the next race?
Well, actually, I think Steve and Mike, I'm not a top 8 driver. I missed that by, I think, a point 2 weeks ago. So we had a lot of guys stealing it tonight, and it's okay that I missed last time because I won't make it in a couple weeks. We'll be down doing some sponsorship obligation in 2 weeks. But yeah, I had to stay in the car. Otherwise, the boys at Maker's Mark, they don't like it if they don't get that airtime. So I appreciate you sticking around to show that.
Well, awesome job, Les. I thought you were in the playoffs, but yeah, I was wrong. I stand corrected. But man, you guys had a great run tonight. Halfway through the race, before the first caution even came out, man, let's talk about overall. I don't think you got really mixed up at anything. I believe you still had both of your fast repairs, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I stayed clean. There was one early wreck that I got through, but I picked up about 24 seconds of damage. Never got it fixed until that next to the last pit stop before we started the green white checker. Used the fast repair just to clean up the nose, and figured I needed it there at the end. But yeah, still had one in the bank.
Well, not a bad night, really. I mean, overall, 49 laps, a green flag, got some green flag pit stop. What went wrong? What went right with your pit stops there, buddy?
Well, pit stops were pretty good for us. Got involved a little bit in that one melee we had in pit stop. I know Mark got turned, bumped him a little bit. I think that's actually picked up some of that damage. But, other than that, they were pretty good. Racing was great. Like you said, a lot of respectful guys in this league, and super, super talented guys. Makes for some good, clean fun. And, we seemed to mix it up there at the end. Got just a little bit in front of Zane and Luke and pulled it off.
Well, before I turn it over to my partner here, I got one more question to ask you. With the updates on these new Gen 4 cars, I know the damage model has changed, the draft model's changed, the tire model has changed. How did it seem to run? Was it any better, any worse? How was your tire wear tonight and everything?
Tire wear was definitely something. I know when I finally got around taking the rights, my right sides were down. Right fronts were down about 64%, which is pretty crazy. But I think that's that first run up on the high side. I was driving up there for a while with Schroeder pushing me, and I don't know. I'm feeling a lot more of the bumps of the car. You got to have a little bit of a pusher to suck up, but still these cars are still a blast to drive, and one of my favorites.
Well, awesome job. I'm going to go and turn it over to Mr. Mike Taldo, our new broadcaster for MaxSpeed TV. Mike, you got anything for Les?
Yeah, Les. I mean, awesome finish. We had 45 lead changes to the race. Congratulations, P1. That last couple seconds right before the checkered flag, I know there was a little bit of commotion going on, you guys trying to finish. Could you give me a little play-by-play going through that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I kind of thought Luke was actually still in our team. He was in there before race, and then he kind of bailed on me. The win usually doesn't come from the bottom, so I was pretty committed to just stay on that second line, and kind of gave up a little bit of hope as we were coming to it. But then I saw Anthony up and back of me, and he's one of the best racers, best pushers out there, and I've raced with him for years and stuff, and it's good to have him back and healthy. And kind of just figured if I stay there, he'll push as hard as he could, and was just hoping we could edge out Zane at the end, and it looks like we did by about .008, which is pretty dang close.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Go ahead and celebrate your victory lane.
Yeah, well, thanks, Mike. First off, Mike, welcome to MSTV. These guys been around forever. It's great to have you in the booth with Steve. You guys do an awesome job, so appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that puts this lead together, Davo and Bubba, our great pre-race announcer, and all the others that help, like Russ and others. This league is really right now, I think, got some of the best super speedway racing. Got to think my teammates that I've been racing with here for 2 seasons now, Paul and Dana and Russ Hancock and the others. Sean was with us tonight in Candy Shack, but of course my core team at Checkerford Motorsports, and of course, absolutely got to remember the Ricky Bobby Foundation for People Challenge to go fast.
All right. Well, Les, awesome job, buddy. Man, awesome finish. Great win for you tonight. Go celebrate, man. And I know you said you was going to be gone here, but we'll see you when you get back, brother.
We'll do. We'll be breaking out of bottle makers. Just got one sitting there with a nice little Glenn glass. We'll sip that puppet out. Thanks, boys.
All right. See you, buddy.
See ya.
All right. Well, man, Mike, awesome finish here tonight with these guys for the the start of the second round, and man, it's going to be it's going to be a wild ride for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so excited for these playoffs. Playoffs are some of the most exciting racing. These drivers know, it's the end of the season. It's do or die. I can't wait.
Well, we got one more race of the second round. It's going to be next Sunday night. Same time, same channel, again, same cars, and we will be at Daytona for a night race. So it looks like we're going to be at Daytona here for a couple of weeks, or about a week or so, with the next several races. But, well, Mike, we're going to go ahead and jump right into our unofficial results, pending any admin stuff that they have to do. As we get to the unofficial results, Les Levy, your winner. Zane Bailey, second. Luke Gray in third. Anthony English, playoff driver, finishing in fourth. Bubba Winningham in fifth. Adam Kilday, sixth. David Overstreet in seventh. Jimmy Reynolds in eighth. Rick Sanchez finishing with the top 10 with a ninth place finish. Andrew Schroeder in 10th. Dave Hunt in 11th. Russ Hancock 12th. Eddie Brigante 13th. Cole Spalding in 14th. And Sean Stevens in 15th. And Dan Harrington 16th. Paul Servant, not the night he wanted, but finishing 17th. Dana Osborne in 18th. Going on down the list here, James Mayer finishing 19th. Sean Wilder 20th. Dusty Burkhart 21st. Doug Johnson 22nd. Mark Mann 23rd. Lynn McNeese 24th. Jim Duda in 25th. Rick Seabrands 26th. Mike Edgerton 27th. Rob Connor in 28th. 29th was Alex Gibbon. 30th was Jared Duda after having some computer problems. Tough for him. Tough break for Jared tonight. And then Michael Pratt, who did not start, finishing in 31st. Well, Mike, always been a pleasure, buddy. Glad to have you up here in the booth. Looking forward to see what you can bring to the table out on your own here pretty soon. But we will start getting you all set up so you can start. We need to get with Josh, though, to show you how to create your graphics with ATVO. He could help you out a little bit more than I can, but we'll definitely set up a time so you and Josh can get together on that. But always a pleasure to have you up here in the booth with me, buddy.
Yeah, thank you again, Steve. I mean, big shout out again to MaxSpeed TV for bringing me aboard. This race that we just watched here today, I mean, this has got to be one of the best races I've seen, with 45 lead changes and only 5 cautions.
Yeah, again, there's give and take with these guys. They've run together for so long, and you know, it's always nice to have them good, clean races like that. But anyway, Mike, man, I'm ready to call it a night. Both of us, I know it's a little bit later on your end of the country than mine, but got to get up early for work. So that's going to do it for us to here tonight on MaxSpeed TV. Until tomorrow night for the OP Premier League Monday night series. Until then, hope everyone had a great weekend. Please stay safe, and we will see you next time.